Hey everyone, this is Eric with First Design, and I am bringing you the first episode in my second series of Let's Build a House. And yeah, I saw this a lot, and for some reason I've been building in Aluna Island a lot lately, but I never saw this lot, and it was like a community lot, so I didn't pay a lot of attention to it, but it's honestly my favorite landscape in Aluna Island. So I was really excited to get in here and build something unique. I got the genius request to build a diagonal house, and I'm gonna do that. And I know I said in my last series I wasn't gonna build another cliff lot, but that's what we end up doing. It's a cliff lot, but I don't think I'm going to do a bottom floor in the end of this episode, I could put in a bottom floor. It would just be a lot of work. I would have to go and redo a lot of stuff. I don't know. I just like how it's one level that hangs over the cliff. So yeah, we'll probably keep it the way it is. We may end up adding a bottom floor, but I don't know. We'll decide that later. Yeah, we are doing basic terrain editing here, just getting it the way I want it so I can come in with the foundation. And for a while, I didn't realize the exact shape that I wanted. I knew that I wanted it to be a little bit like symmetrical, to be symmetrical-ish, I guess. And it is. You like drive up the road and into the driveway. That was my goal. And yeah, that's how the design ends up. My predicament as of lately has been that I'm using too much all white in my houses. And yeah, I'm not sure when this will come up and when another of my videos will come up, but I just did another all white one that we will have up for you guys. Actually, if you follow me on Twitter, you saw the sneak peek. So yeah, I don't want to do all of my houses all white. I don't mind a lot of white on my houses, but I don't want to do them all white. And yeah, you'll see that it didn't start, well, it did technically start all white as just like the base color, but I had no intentions of keeping all white. I was going to come back in and do wood grain. That was the original goal. And you'll see we play around with the wood grain, like an orange color wood and lime green for a while. And I thought that was a really interesting color scheme. I don't know. I wasn't digging it so much. It didn't match the style of the house. I felt like the house was really super modern and the textures weren't. I don't know. We just end up going with a mostly white and we keep the lime green as well. We might come back in with the wood color and do accents, but anyway. So right here we are just getting the first floor, which is actually the only floor as of now, the way that we want it. And at this point, I'm still not entirely sure, but we just go ahead and full steam ahead, I guess. And we just try and get the balcony to do a cool little like floating magic trick. I've tried doing that in a couple of my builds. But yeah, just like this one didn't really work out so well, that at least in that regard. So yeah, we end up nixing that foundation that was at the back. And this is similar to my other Let's Build a House one, I guess. Let's Build a House. It's similar to that one in the sense that it looks one story and then it like floats and juts out off the back. But I'm thinking this will be a much less involved Let's Build, maybe 4 episodes, maybe. At the end of this episode, I have the basic exterior done the way I want. I'm gonna come back in and do some landscaping because there's some like minimal room for landscaping, so I want to take advantage of it. And yeah, I'm just going for a really angular, really layered look for this house. And I wanted it to look like there were parts of it jutting off in different directions, but it was still like one structure. I don't know. You'll see in a moment exactly what I mean. And the windows on diagonals are not pleasant. I'm sure most of you know that already. But yeah, trying to use windows on a diagonal is not fun. And I actually do something here. Well, let's stick in the present. Well, right here we are trying to jut out that piece that's blank. It has a big blank deck out back. We're trying to like extend it 1 square so it's not the exact same length as the one next to it. But I just decided it would be easier to shrink it by 1 so I don't have to mess with the foundation. Yeah, I don't build out like diagonals very often. Well, I do, but like not floating like this. I've never done it before, and dealing with the foundations was not fun. I'm glad we have most of the build work done so we can come back in and just do a lot more like design stuff. Yeah, that's the general shape for the house. The part where I'm putting windows right now actually ends up moving. I just didn't like the interior space that it created because it was just this like oversized deck area that ate up part of the house. And I could have easily changed it and just made it smaller, but it would have looked exactly like the piece of the house next to it. And I wanted it to look a little different, so we come in a moment and change that. Here's where I'm saying I want a more like layered look. I start adding like additions to the roof and extending it and pushing and pulling and just kind of finding a cool like height for the roofs that I like. So yeah. Yeah, for a second we start working on the floor plan on the inside, but what I found is that if I'm doing the exterior, this is what I found in doing collaborations. If I'm doing the exterior and I stick to doing like solely the exterior, it comes out a lot better because I'm not like compromising the architecture for the interior. And like, I don't know, I guess there could be an argument for either philosophy, but in my opinion, I think that it's best to just do the exterior and try not to compromise the interior. Um, that is what I've been trying to do more of anyway, because it's a bad habit. I kind of do the opposite. So, yeah. And for this one, yeah, we basically stick on the exterior the entire time. I put in a cool floor just because I like to see what the textures and stuff are gonna look like. But yeah, I originally was gonna go at least here. This is the evolution of it anyway. Not originally. I keep saying that. I go for a black and white and gray color scheme, and I think it looks cool. But using the flat texture, it's that flat white from the miscellaneous category in your textures, the dark gray and like medium gray and stuff, any gray really, reads really blue. It has this like reflective quality to it and it makes it look blue. So yeah, we end up coming back and switching it, and while I'm switching it to a different texture, you see I just changed the light gray to a like a stone texture. It's just looking heavy and it's not looking like it's gonna extend over this like ocean. It doesn't look light like it should. So yeah, we pretty quickly come in and change that. I'm just trying to get uh, the shape of the like carport area. The carport ends up being one of my favorite parts of the house so far. It just kind of like includes itself in the what I am planning on doing is the living room and the kitchen. So it's this like inside outside vibe even though it's on a cliff. I don't know. I thought it ended up pretty cool and we will see in episode 2. I've actually filmed it already, so I know what's coming. I'm trying not to spoil anything. Yeah, and I want to apologize for not making videos for a while. I know I got a couple people on Twitter asking me when my next video is happening, and I've just been busy with like school and like personal life and stuff. So yeah, I just got a little bit busy. I've been wanting to record another video recently, but I just just didn't happen. But here it is. So, and I have all high hopes for this build. I think this is going to be awesome. I think it's going to be the kind of build you love it or you hate it. I think I'll get more negative feedback on this one than I have on previous ones, but I love it so far. I am one to try new things and just in life in general. So, yeah, I think it's going to turn out really unique. I don't see anyone building like this. So, yeah. And here is where I play around with the wood textures. This texture sticks for a while. I still like it and I still might use it, but yeah, it just doesn't stick for this build for now. And I saw an article online that said that's like an up and coming color scheme, and I've seen it used before. It's apparently this like orange wood texture and lime green, and that's supposed to be like trendy right now, I guess. I don't I don't know, but yeah, so I tried incorporating it and it just wasn't You'll see what I mean. It looks good, but it just doesn't look the way I want it to. I think the problem was that I was using too much of the wood texture. So yeah, I think we're gonna come back in and reassess and maybe use the wood texture. But yeah, in the comments below, let me know what you think of like the textures on everything. I am a little bit flippant right now. That's like I use that word all the time in my videos. But yeah, no, I feel a little bit flippant because it it looks good, but it's all white again, or mostly all white. So I'm thinking of maybe trying something a little bit different. But yeah, just let me know in the comments below what you think of the color scheme, and yeah, we'll go from there. Here we are readjusting the right side of the house. I just felt like there were way too many angles, so I was trying to come in and square things off a little bit. And yeah, I think that works really well in that corner. I think I could put like a statue or I don't know, something at the end of that hall, or figure out something. And yeah, it ends up working a lot better because I come in and knock out one of those windows that I put in on that side. And yeah, you'll see. And this is where we start doing more all white. I think that right structure on the right side of the house being all white looks awesome. And that will probably stay all white. But I'm open to mixing up the colors and the textures on the other parts of the house and trying something new. And the hardwood may stay, it may not. If it stays, it'll definitely get recolored. But yeah, so just leave your comments below what you'd like to see, changed. At this point, literally nothing is solid. I can come back in, like especially the windows are going to get changed, and this outside deck area that ends up floating off the side is going to get changed, and yeah, so don't freak out if you don't like parts of this build because it's an evolution, it's a process. And here we are, like I said, making this part float over the side of the house. I'm going to come back in and adjust the terrain and make it a little bit lower under the deck so it really looks like it's floating and see how that looks. But yeah, I thought that would be nice to like maybe connect it to a sitting area or something. Yeah, just like a nice deck out the front because there's going to be deck space out the back, hopefully. So yeah, I wanted some on the front too. Yeah, it is just a pain when you build out on top of foundations and then, yeah, it can just be a mess sometimes. And yeah, we are nearing the end of the video already. Looks like there's about 2 minutes left. In these 2 minutes, we go ahead and switch up the textures and make the wood, I believe that part turns lime green. And that's about the last major change we make in this house. But yeah, thank you guys for tuning into this episode. Be sure to like and subscribe to my channel below. And I should have the next part of this series up for you guys shortly. All right, thanks so much, guys.